Sources of ignition: naked flames, electricity, overheating, arcing, smoking materials, hot work, welding, burning, chemical appliances, hot surfaces, friction, inadequate lubrication, static electricity, lightning, improper storage of flammable materials, lack of supervision and inspection, harm to persons from fire. Main effects: being burnt, inhaling toxic fumes, effects of smoke inhalation, deplumation of oxygen supply, harm to persons from fire. Other effects: collapse of building, crush or other injury sustained while escaping. Some important definitions: auto-ignition temperature: temperature at which gases or vapor will ignite without any external source of ignition. Flammable: which flash point below 32 degrees Celsius and 55 degrees Celsius. Highly flammable: liquids with a flash point below 32 degrees Celsius. Principal causes of spread of fire: 1. Conduction, movement of heat through materials. 2. Convection, movement of hot gases up through the air. 3. Radiation, transfer of heat through air. 4. Direct burning, combustible materials in contact with naked flame. Causes of fire: deliberate arson, electrical faults, misuse of electrical equipment, smoke materials, smoking in prohibited areas, loss of control, burning rubbish, heating equipment, unsafe storage of materials, flammable liquids, gases, welding, hot work, mechanical heat friction. Classification of fires: A. Combustible solids, B. Flammable liquids or liquefied solids, C. Flammable gases, D. Flammable metals, F. Combustible cooking media. Fires involving electrical equipment. Electrical classified according to the source of ignition rather than fuel source. Class types of extinguishers: A. Water, dry powder, CO2, foam. B. Foam, CO2, dry powder. C. Dry powder, water mist, foam. D. Sand, soda ash, talc. F. The foam congeals on the top of the oil. Electrical CO2, dry powder. How to minimizing risk of electrical fire. Pre-inspection by users. Suitability of equipment. Inspection, maintenance by competent person. Avoid misuse of equipment. Prevent overloading of circuit. Correct design and rating for task. Isolate if not in use. Improved means of protection, for example RCD. High standards of housekeeping. Staff awareness training. Fire risks assessment. 1. Identify hazards: the 3 elements of fire triangle. 2. Identify who could be harmed: persons at risk, particularly the disabled, etc. 3. Evaluate the risk and adequacy of precautions: considering prevention, protection and precautions. 4. Record finding: prepare an emergency plan. 5. Review: if no longer valid. Factors to consider in fire risk assessment. Construction and use of building. Flammable materials. Sources of ignition. Work activities generating heat. Methods of control. Means of fire detection. Means of raising the alarm. Means of fighting fire, maintenance of equipment. Evacuation routes, protection of routes. Numbers of persons at risk. Pre-prevention drilling, fire drills. Fire preventions. Eliminate or reduce the storage of flammable materials. Control of ignition sources. Control smoking materials. Good housekeeping. Lubrication of machinery to prevent friction. No overloading of electrical systems. Ventilation outlets not obstructed. Controlling hot work with permits etc. Proper storage of flammable materials. Segregation of incompatible chemicals. Security to prevent arson. Regular inspection and supervision. Storage of highly combustible, flammable, liquids and gases. Minimum quantities. Suitable fixed storage tanks. Keep upright in well-ventilated area. Clear making of containers. Clearly marked storage area. Spillage controls. Adequate ventilation. Suitable firefighting equipment. Trained competent staff. Adequate warning signs. Fire precautions. Fire, smoke detection. Fire alarms. Means of escape. Means of fighting the fire. Emergency evacuation procedures. Suitability of a means of escape. Number of employees to use it. Any people with special needs. Fire resistance of structure. Position, number of escape routes. Contents which are readily ignitable. Open wheels, open staircases. Use of building. Means of escape main requirements. Multiple exits. Fire resistance of structure. Adequate size of numbers. Travel distance. Clearly marked exits. Emergency lighting. Exit free of obstructions. Final exit door. Unblocked openings outwards. Fire smoke doors self-closing. Fixed stairs to upper floors. Exit to safe place. Suitable assembly point. Fixed firefighting equipment. Hose reel. Sprinkler. Define hose reel. Permanently connected to the main water supply. Should be spitted in a location which covers the whole area. Advantages. Inexpensive, effective. Harmless to health. Unlimited supply of water at good pressure. Greater force than sprinkler. Operators need not to be too close to the fire. Disadvantages. Only suitable for Class A fires. Poor sitting may cause inadequate coverage. Hose could be kinked. Could stop fire doors closing. May create drip hazards. Define automatic sprinkler systems. A network of water pipes with spray heads normally at ceiling height is installed in vulnerable areas. Advantages. Large coverage of water to prevent the spread of fire in large open-plan buildings where compartmentalization is not practical. Disadvantages. Only suitable for Class A fires. Causes damage to equipment and furnishings. Define total flooding systems. A high concentration of an extinguishing gas, usually CO2, is automatically dumped in an enclosed area. Advantages: extinguishes fire without causing unnecessary damage to important equipment such as electrical equipment and computer rooms. Disadvantages: harmful to health. System must be disconnected when people enter the protected area. Define fire extinguishers. 1. Water: Class A. Lowers the ignition temperature. Prevents reignition. Only to be used on Class A fires. 2. Foam: Class B. Excludes oxygen blanket effect. Suitable for Class B fires. Aqueous film-forming foam. 3. Dry powder: Class A, B, C. Powder has a smothering effect but no cooling properties. Can be used on all types of fire. 4. Carbon dioxide: Class B, E. High-pressure cylinder containing liquefied CO2. Liquid vaporizes in contact with air. Safe to use on electrical fires and burning liquids. Inspection and maintenance of fire extinguishers. Inspection. Routine, perhaps monthly, visual check to ensure extinguishers are placed, not been discharged or damaged. Maintenance. Involves an annual examination by a competent person with the removal and replacement of equipment found faulty and the date of the inspection recorded. Daily checks, fire warden. Weekly inspection, fire warden. Annually serviced, competent person. 5-yearly extended service, discharge. Sitting of fire extinguishers. Accessibility. Proximity to exits, escape routes. Visibility and signage. Locate off ground with adequate support. Suitable type. Protection against damage and weather. Emergency evacuation procedure. Means of raising the alarm. Contacting the emergency services. Fire evacuation routes. Fire evacuation signs. Who are in the role of fire marshals. Type of fire extinguishers. Not to use lifts. Evacuation in an orderly fashion. Practice drills should be undertaken. Checking alarm can be heard throughout the premises. Testing the effectiveness of evacuation procedure. Familiarizing employees with the alarms, etc. Giving fire awards to practice their roles. Satisfy a legal requirement.
Please give comment and suggestions.
Thank you.
Subscribe our YouTube channel and hit the bell icon for more updates. Thank for visit our channel. See you next class.
Thank you.